We're going back into the world of AI. Hi, I'm Kelly, your tech savvy business mentor. And this week, we're going to go back into Canva, into the world of AI. A few weeks ago, I did a review on Canva's tool Magic Write. And there were some things we liked about it, things we didn't quite love about it. But recently, Canva had their virtual convention, Canva Create. And this is where they release all of their new features and things like that for Canva for the coming year. And they released a whole bunch of AI types of features. So this morning I was talking to my podcast co-host about it, and she showed me something that she created using one of the features, and I mean I was amazed. Now she's a photographer, so she's better at the graphic design thing than me anyway, and so I was curious, is it really that easy? Like, could I actually go into it, me being someone who is definitely not a graphic designer, and go in and use these tools and have it come out as good as what she had shown me? So that's what we're looking at this week, the new AI features in Canva. So stick around. We've looked on the channel before at Canva's Magic Write, which was kind of their first real foray into AI in the platform. They released a whole mess of new features and things like that, and a lot of new AI. So we're gonna just try some of this stuff. So we're not gonna be trying Magic Write because we've done that before. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up above. But we're definitely going to be trying out this Magic Edit, Magic Eraser, Magic Presentation. We won't be playing with Draw because that's not AI, but Magic Design for sure. So let's go ahead and start with Magic Edit and Eraser. Now, I haven't touched these at all yet. I haven't tried any of this, so bear with me. I am not a graphic designer by any stretch. But let's see, we're gonna pick. Oh, you know what? I think oh gosh, I can't decide. Oh no, there's too many things. We're gonna try this one. So replace the frame with a painting of your favorite city. So we're gonna select the photo, click edit photo. Oh, it just took us straight into Magic Image or Magic Edit. Okay, well, that was what it was telling us to select. So let's go back for a second to where we would find Magic Edit. So we clicked on the photo, we hit Edit Photo, and then we've got Magic Edit right here. So that's where it took us. So then it says brush over the image. So this highlights where the image will be edited. Okay, so we're gonna brush over this. I don't know how. I'm hoping it doesn't have to be like overly perfect because I'm not good at that. Okay, so then hit continue. Then it says describe what to generate. Okay, so I'm gonna generate a painting of Boise, Idaho. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna hit generate. And let's see what we get. God, that's already so beautiful. And what I loved about it was that I didn't at all have to be good at like selecting that. Although I can see on this one it came in perfectly, but when we click on this one, it did not. And so I think it has a little bit to do probably with like the image that they chose, whether or not it was the same size as the area you were trying to fill. And then if not, it kind of overlaps into wherever. I don't know if this was even about where I did the brush stroke or if it was just about it overlapping. I don't know. It also doesn't look like what I'm seeing back here was actually is actually part of the same image. So maybe it's like, I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't think that had to do with how I did the brush stroke. Yeah, because this one is a different shape than the last one was, or than the first one was, and it still totally looks perfect. And then we've got this one that brings a frame in there too. Holy crap, these are gorgeous. Wow. Okay, and then it looks like we can select new results if we didn't like any of these. So let's go ahead and try, even though I really, really like this one, but I'm gonna try generating new results just to see how it changes it. Wow. Yeah, this one didn't quite, it kind of missed the mark a little bit, right? Because it's trying to have a frame, but it didn't make it all the way around. Um, this one, yeah, they're trying to put like a shiplap kind of vibe behind it. It's not bad, but it's not quite working for me. The thing is now I liked the earlier one, so now can I get it back? What happens if I just keep generating? Or I wonder if, oh, okay, after it generates again, I'm gonna try hitting the back, like the undo button, and see if it takes us back to our last results. Yeah. Oh, there is no back button. Okay. So yeah, so that does kind of tell us if we like it, but we're looking for other options, we should probably still save the one we had because it's hard to get it back again. I have to say, so far, this is quite impressive. Quite impressive. Okay, let's see. Try erasing the shoe. Okay, so now we're gonna just try magic eraser. So this is like if you have an image and you're like, oh, I don't like um, something in the background or whatever, right? So then we hit edit photo, magic eraser, and so now we're gonna brush over the shoe. And I'm gonna do it very not perfect because I am not good at doing that perfectly. So let's see. So as soon as I took my finger off of the mouse button, it immediately started the erasing. There was nothing for me to click, so just know that. And then I didn't quite get that spot, so let's try that again. Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, if you really know and you're looking for it, you could see a little bit of discoloration here that doesn't quite make sense. But you'd have to really know. And honestly, if you were using an image like this on social media or you know, especially on something like Pinterest where you're gonna superimpose words over it, nobody's gonna notice that. Plus the fact that you can always kind of like edit your design in a way that it doesn't show up. So wow, that's pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, because look at that. Like you would not even notice that at all if you didn't know that there was a shoe there. That's crazy. This is like gonna change everything. I mean, this now makes it that, you know, we can use those stock photos and things like that for our designs and be able to modify it in a way that it won't look the same as everybody else's, right? Because that's one of the things that has always kind of bugged me. So obviously, I'm not a photographer. I'm not out there taking a bunch of photos for my own social media posts and things like that, because that's not my business. So it doesn't really matter if I'm using stock photos. But because, you know, when you go to the places that offer free stock photos, there's only a handful of them that are even like worth using. And, you know, everybody grabs onto them and everybody uses them. And so then over time, it kind of takes away from your branding because, you know, that image just keeps popping up. Like there's this one image that I'm sure everybody will know of these like 3 or 4 women that are kind of just like standing around chatting. And anytime you try to do anything where you're talking about community or, you know, a group or, you know, um, just, I mean, really mostly community, but when you're trying to post images and content around community, especially female community, like this image is so pervasive in the business online world um, because it's one of the best options that comes up. And now having the ability that you could pull in a photo and edit it in that way, and just kind of like change it out and change it up a little bit. I mean, that's crazy. Okay, so now we're going to try out Magic Presentation. And this one I'm really kind of excited about because when I do presentations for trainings and webinars and things like that, again, I am not very good at graphic design and the visual side of things. And so I always default to using a template, but they're not, I don't know, they feel very out of the box, if that makes sense, and not super unique. They don't really feel like they fit my personality. So I kind of am interested in this to see if, see what it comes up with. If I were to put, let's see, if I let's see if I simplify business with online technology. That's 5 words, right? Okay, so let's see what it does. I'm really curious. Oh, it's giving us choices. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've got some like, I don't know. Oh, it's like adding my colors to, okay, got it. Adding my colors up to the top, but let's see some of these choices that it's giving us. I mean, this first one is really, really plain, but look, it's even like, holy crap. Wow, I was so focused on the visual that I didn't even realize that it's literally writing the copy. What? Oh my gosh. This is like, so this is Magic Write plus the AI design, basically. Wow. I mean, this one I don't love. I don't know why it's bringing in this. I mean, it's cool looking, it's pretty, but it does not at all seem to fit the like idea of like technology or simplification. I'm not really sure where that's coming from. Let's see if we can see them all. Oh, geez. Okay, well, so it's not very good at being able to test readability, that's for sure, because you can't read that at all. Wow. This is really cool though, because one of the things that I do often feel myself coming up against when I'm trying to put together a presentation is, I run up against that whole, and I've talked about this before, that empty page overwhelm kind of situation. And while I would certainly be tweaking the verbiage on these, no matter what, I would be tweaking the verbiage so that it, sounded more like me and was more along the lines of my philosophy. Um, I mean, just having someplace to start here, though, is kind of awesome. Wow. Oh, interesting. I like this one because it's incorporating. I feel like sometimes like the idea of photos gets a little in the way, and I do like the idea of some of the um like graphics being incorporated. Wow. Okay, now you're gonna have to come to my next come to my next webinar and see which one of these I pick and use, because I'm probably going to because these are kind of awesome. Wow. It's almost like I wonder if in any way it's going through and like the AI is looking at things that I have said before in my content that I've created in Canva, because some of what it's saying is like almost verbatim things that I have put on Pinterest designs and in descriptions and stuff. That, wow, that's crazy. Huh, that's nuts. Okay, so we just looked at Magic Presentation. So now we're going to click over to Magic Design. Okay, so for this one, we get to choose the type of design we want. So like I'm going to do this for Pinterest because that's the type of designs I create the most. And then it looks like we bring in an image from our own media and it will create a design. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so try it out. So we're going to insert media. Okay. So go from uploads. Yeah, but with well, I don't know. Let's try it without a background. Let's see what happens. Okay. Well, I thought it was gonna, oh, category. Social media. but it's not giving us Pinterest as an option here. I wonder where Pinterest fits under their concepts. Maybe it doesn't, because they don't seem to have Pinterest here anywhere. Okay, so then social media then. And let's go ahead and do like an Instagram story because that's pretty close to the size of a Pinterest. Oh, and now suddenly there's no options for our media. So probably because we need to pick something a little more full screen. Okay, so videos, videos, videos. Where are some just like images? Oh, wait, maybe I could use, oh, those are all videos. Ah, I have too many, too many videos. Okay, skipped past all the, all of the searching. Why is it still, I wonder if it's because it has to be vertical. Let's assume it has to be vertical. This is vertical, I believe. Okay, why is this still not able to do it? See, this I'm not understanding. No results from your media. Okay, well, what if we choose a video? Here, let's see what happens with this. Yeah, see, okay. This is kind of bothering me that it can't share unique Instagram stories with your friends and followers by customizing these brilliant design templates. Is it because none of them are chosen? Okay, but this is making me do it. I don't want to do it. I want them to do it. Okay, that's frustrating. All right, so then let's just go back to all categories. Try magic design. Let's try it again and see. Okay, now with my video, it's coming up with stuff. That's so weird. I'm curious, has anybody, if anybody's using this or if anybody's tried this, have you tried doing a story? Because it seemed like no matter what I picked, whether it was a picture or a video or, oh, I like that. Sorry, whether it was a picture or a video or something like that, it just, for whatever reason, it couldn't do it. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But ultimately, I mean, gosh, guys, like, what do we think? Okay, so what did we think? I think I was kind of mind blown, if I'm honest. So the Magic Edit itself and the Magic Erase allowing you to actually affect a photograph, put something into a photograph or remove something from a photograph. It was amazing. I was blown away by how easy it was, how good it came out, and also by the fact that I didn't have to be at all perfect in how I did my brush strokes to tell it what I wanted removed. It still came out amazingly well. In fact, I have pictures in my mind right now that I know are in my phone that I want to go play with now. So Magic Erase and Magic Edit, yeah, big thumbs up. I think they were amazing. Then we looked at Magic Presentation. Magic Presentation was pretty cool. So one thing that I noticed was that it clearly didn't have the ability or was not looking for readability. So meaning that, especially when it brought in my colors into it, it wasn't paying attention to the fact that if the text and the color or the image behind it were too similar, they weren't contrasting enough, that you really couldn't read it. It also wasn't looking at readability of the font. So it did use my fonts, but there were things that, there are certain things that you don't use your fancy font for, and it didn't seem to have much, I guess, thought about that. It just randomized and picked different things. So that's, to be expected though from an AI. So I still think it was pretty cool. One thing that I really liked about it though is that out of 5 words, it only asked me for 5 words. It came up with a presentation that, while generic, was a really great place to start. The only thing I would like now is if you could choose how many pages of presentation you wanted it to be able to come up with. Because it defaulted to, I believe it was 8 pages, and sometimes you need more than that, right? So I would love that feature to be able to say, hey, I need this many or this few, right? But ultimately, I thought it was really cool and definitely something I'm going to be using myself as I design the webinar presentation for the next webinar that I'm working on. just not having that blank page. And we talked about this with Magic Write as well. It's not that you're going to let the AI write everything and then leave it as is. You're going to edit, right? You're going to go in and put your own personality and your own opinions into it. But just having that place to start is really helpful. And then the last thing we looked at was the magic design. When you're not a graphic designer and you're trying to create graphics basically for your social media content, for your website, for your blog, whatever it might be, it can be really intimidating. And, things don't necessarily look as professional or as polished if you're like me and you don't really have the eye for it. This is a great way to kind of add a little bit of polish and credibility to your website and to your content with the assistance of a tool that makes that graphic design work well with your images. The only thing I wasn't super impressed with is the fact that I couldn't seem to get it to accept any of my media options for the Instagram story. Personally, I don't do a ton of Instagram stories, but I do pin on Pinterest a lot. And because pins weren't an option as a category, which is another thing I would say, I would love to see pins become a category option there. But because it wasn't, I went for Instagram story because it's the closest in dimensions. And it didn't accept any of the media and put it into any of the templates. So I'm not really sure what was going on there. I did try a few different things. So like different orientations, video versus photo and things like that. And it didn't seem to make a difference. It never came up with anything. So that's something that I feel like, this is clearly still features that they're working on. They're not at all trying to say they're perfect. So, we definitely give them a lot of grace on that. But that is one thing I would say, if it's not quite capable, then maybe don't give that to us as a category option yet. So I'm really, really curious to hear what you guys think. So if you haven't already, hopefully this video will inspire you to go play around with some of these tools. They're super fun. If nothing else, it's really cool to see what you can create. If you are using it, I want to hear what you think. Or if you go play with it like I did, what do you think? Let me know in the comments, because I really want to see how other people are using it and what they're coming up with. And if you liked this video, please make sure that you like it and hit that subscribe button so I can keep making more content like this. The online tools for your business do not need to be complicated or overwhelming. It's time to let it be easy.